Hello, so I am back again with a new video. I'm sorry it's been like a week or two or however long. I've just been so busy recently, especially this week with it being prom week. So today I have my beautiful client in and she was going to Park Life, which is a music festival. You've probably heard of it. So yeah, we just went for like a tapered square slash ballerina slash coffin, whatever you want to call it. And they were blue ombre set with a slight bit of colour blocking. So I filed my tips into shape, prepped everything, put a clear layer of acrylic down, and I've used Neo's crystal clear acrylic. And I think I'm using my Nail Mate size 10. You've got this brush, and I'm going in with the blue first for the ombre, and it's what's this one? Blue Jeans from CJP. It was the first time I used this colour actually on this set, and I really like it. It's such a nice colour to work with, and it just applies so smoothly. So if you haven't tried it, you definitely should. So I'm just putting that on as you do a normal ombre, like as if you were putting your white there. Put my first bead on, and then I just feather it back, just so when I put the cover pink over, or cover beige, or cover powder over it, it's just got a nice seamless blend, and you won't be able to see like that harsh line sort of across the middle. So I'm just popping that on and getting it all nice and even. So once I've done all of that, I'm going to start on the colour block. Well, it's not a colour block as such, it's more, well, yeah, I suppose. I just used the same colours, but I did um the cover pink first, and I just put that on from the cuticle down over, and then I'm just going to basically cut the bottom of it so it's a nice straight line, and then I put Blue Jeans right up against it. So yeah, I suppose it is a colour block, but it's not anything like now major. So when you're doing your colour blocks, or you need to make sure that you're not cutting into it until it starts to go matte. Once that acrylic starts going matte and like dull and the shine's going off it, that's when it's ready to cut into. If you do it while it's still wet looking, you'll just make an absolute mess. So all I've used there is just a craft knife. I got mine off Amazon, and I'm just cutting that away. And what I do as well, I dip the craft knife in the colour that I'm using, just so that there's a bit powder on the end of it, so when you're putting it onto the acrylic it's not going to stick. A bit like when you're baking and you're rolling out your pastry and you put a bit of flour on the bench and a bit of flour on your rolling pin so that it doesn't get stuck to your pastry. There you go, a bit like that. So I'm now doing the ombre part, and I'm just popping a bead on, and sometimes I'll go at the join, I'll pop a small bead on, blend that down, then do a cuticle bead, depending how long the nails are, how big the nail beds are, what colour I have underneath, or it just depends on how I feel on the day. So here I've just put a bead on the cuticle, but as you can see on the left hand side especially, you can still see that blue coming through. Now you could leave it if you wanted to, but I would never leave it like that because it just defeats the object of having a seamless blend. So I've got in with another bead there, and I'll blend that over. And to be honest, it's like I've said in other videos, it doesn't matter how many like beads you use, it's just you get it to look how you want it to look. And if you're happy with it with, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 goes, then there's nothing wrong with that. So just keep going until you've got that absolutely perfect. I feel like I had a right faff on with that one there at the cuticle. Come on, you must be doing something else next. Come on. Oh hey. So we're back onto that colour block nail, and once that's fully dried, don't touch it until it's fully dried. Do not file it until it's fully dried or it'll crumble. So once it is fully dried, get your file and file up against that line. Don't file down onto the natural nail, file up against the acrylic that's there, just to make a nice crisp line ready for when you put that other colour on, and you can basically butt it right up against that line. And because you've made that wall, if you go over slightly with your colour, you can file it away. It's not going to like ruin the design or make a mess. I mean, if you want to just do it neatly, you can. It's no big deal. It's just however you want to do it, really. So as you can see, I'm just putting that on. Like, that colour is so pigmented. That was like one dip in the pot and it's just covered literally the whole thing, and it is so opaque. It's unreal. The coverage on it is like, it really is unreal. So now once all that colour's laid down, I'm just going in and capping everything. I can't remember whether I used blank slate from Neo or crystal clear. I can't remember. Blank slate is a really good one, especially if you're doing like a difficult ombre where the colours maybe aren't as seamless as you want them to be. Blank slate really ghosts that blend. It's like a blur and filter over the top of that blend, and it just perfects it that little bit more for you. But I can't remember. I feel like I did use blank slate. I think I did use blank slate by the looks of what that's looking like with that over. Did I use blank slate? I think I did. So anyway, I'm just capping all of those nails. I'm not going right up to the cuticle because I don't need to add any extra bulk there because I've already done that one when I was doing the ombre. All I'm doing is capping that blend. Otherwise, when you file, you're going to file the blend away and all your hard work is going to go to waste. So I'm just capping the blend and I'm making sure my apex is in the back third just to give that nail some strength, and just pulling it down over the tip. So after I've capped all the nails, I go off camera and I file shape and buff the nails. I always go over with my E-file and then I go over with my hand file to perfect it, and then I basically like sharpen up the mind blank, what's it, the shape. And now I'm going in with my top coat and I'm going in with my Nailmate Super Gloss. I think, is that Nailmate Super Gloss? Yes, it is. That's Nailmate Super Gloss. It's a really amazing top coat. I need to get another one because I'm literally on the bare bones of it. So I'll just put my top coat on and I always go over the very edges of the nail just with my fingers, just so I can get those extra bits of top coat off. There's nothing worse than ruining the shape once you've got them all nice and sharp. So I'm just going over there, and you can see from that side profile of the nail there, that is where your apex needs to be. That's where your strength needs to be, right in that back third of the nail. So yeah, just moving my camera a bit so we can see what I'm doing. There we go. Yeah, we just fancied a change on that ring finger, just as a bit of an accent finger. It's just the same colours in the same place. It's just sharp. That's all, rather than blended. So yeah, we're just getting them top coated, ready for cuticle oil. I cure in the lamp as well for 60 seconds. That's the recommended time for the Nailmate top coat. And then once they're all cleaned off, I am going in with my Naff Stuff cuticle oil, and this is in the cinnamon apple scent. Why on earth I picked up this scent, I don't know. My client was like, "Oh, it smells like Christmas," and I'm thinking, yeah, it's because it's a Christmas scent. Doyle. Like, not her Doyle, me Doyle, for picking up Christmas scent. But but it does smell amazing. It does remind you of Christmas. It is beautiful. So yeah, that is the finished set. I hope you like it. If you do, please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you to the new subscribers. I really appreciate every single one of you, and I will see you in my next one. See you later.